Good morning. Hi, Vincent. You're my only distance learning friend now. Everybody else has returned to the classroom. So, um, you're my only one now, so I don't have to say distance learning friends. I can just say, hey, Vincent, how are you? I hope that you're having a good day. I actually meant for this lesson to come out yesterday, but we actually had students all day yesterday, so I didn't have time in the morning to record this. So we're one day late on this, but you'll have two math lessons for today's date. So um, let's go ahead and get started. Today, our objective is to count sets up to the number 50. This is different because we haven't counted up this far yet. And it's leading into us being able to count by multiples, which is something that we do every day here in class, but I haven't had the chance to do with you yet. So this will be a little bit of a challenge, perhaps, but if you can, with your mom or your dad, um, use some objects around the house to kind of help you to count by sets, that might be helpful. Today, I'm going to try something a little bit different, and I am going to try to point this camera downwards so that you can see what I'm doing with my hands. I do have some objects down below. I have pennies. I have a bunch of pennies, and I'm going to show you how I can count by sets to get to the number 50. Okay, so we have the number 50 up here on our screen as well. As you can see, we have some 10 frames. So each one of these is worth 10. And when we count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You can see that we have 50 here, and they're organized into these 10 frames. Those are sets of 10. Okay. And when we organize our objects into sets, it makes it a lot easier to be able to count all the way to 50 in a very fast way. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you with the pennies now. I'm going to try to turn this camera downwards and see if I can get it situated enough here. But I have a bunch of pennies here, you can see, okay? And what I can do is I can turn these into sets and I can count by twos to get there. Don't worry if you don't have this memorized. Most of my students do not. And so I'm just kind of modeling that. That's an easy way to get to 10, okay? And because I have two fingers, I can just grab two pennies like this. Two, four, six, eight, 10 pennies. So that's one group of 10. That's one set of 10. Now I'm going to get another set of 10 and I'm going to keep them separate so that I can count all the way to 50 with them. Okay, so let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's another group of 10. So now I have two sets of 10 pennies. Okay. I wish I could get this. I need to maybe, oh, there, that's a little bit better. So we have two groups of 10. Let's get another one. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. There's three sets of 10. 1, 2, 3, or sorry, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There we go. Now we have four sets of 10. Let's do one more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so I don't need all those other pennies. Boy, I have a lot of pennies, don't I? Okay, so I have five sets of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, looking up here on the screen, you can see that the number 50 if we break that into, it's 5 groups of 10. Okay, that's what that means, that number. So when we look at that second number, that tells us how many groups of 10 we have. Well, we should have 5 groups of 10, and that's what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we count by tens, it goes like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's exactly the same as these 10 frames right here. So you could imagine that in these 10 frames, we have 10 pennies in each of them. Okay. So this is how we count sets. We could count these sets in sets of 10. Now, there's another way that we can count sets. We could count sets in groups of 5 as well. Okay. So, if we're counting groups of 5, we would actually need 10 sets of 5. So, what this looks like is if I have 5 here, 5 here, 5, 5, I split them up, 5 and 5, 5 and 5, 5 and 5. So now I have 10 groups of 5. Okay, so when we look at this, let me erase this part again. But we look at our number 50 right here, and we have, if we're going to do groups of 5, I need 10 of them. That's what that 0 would mean. Okay, because it means I have 10 groups of 5, or I have 5 groups of 10. Okay, so that's a little bit confusing, but as you can see, we can count by fives to get to 50. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So it's the same number, we're just grouping them a little bit different. Okay, so this way is by fives. The other way that we did it was by tens. So it's just a little bit different. Okay, all right, I want to show you. I can turn this back on so you can see my face again. There I am. How are you? Okay, let me pull over the worksheet for today so that you can kind of see what your goal is here. Um, so for today, you're going to break 50 objects into groups or sets. Okay. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to grab a pen here, and there we go. We have our pen and we're ready to go. So there's 2 different ways that you can divide these into sets. You can divide them by fives. Here's a fives, or you can do them by tens. Either way is correct, and either way will help you get to the number 50 quicker. Okay, so for this first group, we have some cylinders. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 across. So I can make these into a set by just circling them. Okay, so I circle the set, and now I have 10 in this set. Well, it's easy to see that we have some rows here. We have rows that go down. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So we're going to have 5 sets of 10, which is 50, right? So we're just going to divide these into sets. Here's another set, set number 2, set number 3, set number 4, and set number 5. And then when we count by tens, because each one of these rows is 10, we will get to our number 50. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, let's look at the leaves down below that. So we have some leaves, And this time, let's try to group them into groups of 5. So this one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going this way. And we know that if we do it in groups of 5, we need to have 10 different sets of 5. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. We just created 10 sets of 5, and that is equal to 50. Okay. There's another worksheet right here. These ones look a little bit different. They're still 50 though. And this top one, we can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And even though these are in a diagonal pattern, we can see that there's the same amount in each of these lines. So there's 10 across. So we have a set of 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So we have 5 sets of 10 equals to 50. Very good. This bottom one, again, this time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have some sets of 10. Here's one set of 10, two sets of 10, three sets of 10, four sets of 10, and 5 sets of 10. So it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. On either of these, we could also group them into groups of 5 just by doing this. Okay, so that's a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can also group them in 5. So you get to decide, Vincent, whether you want to do it in 5s or if you want to do it in 10s. And if you can ask your mom or dad to help you, you can grab some pennies, you could grab some Cheerios, you could grab whatever it is you can find in the house that you have 50 of. And then you can use those sets to count all the way up to 50. Okay, so I wish you much luck, and I will talk to you in just a few minutes on our next lesson. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.